Hey y'all, and welcome to Culture Cult, where we are one podcast with 197 countries to explore stories and history from. I'm your host, Marie, and this episode we're diving into a country. So each season we will feature different countries to highlight, whether it be by randomly spinning the globe, fan choice, or featuring a local from a certain country and hearing their perspective. You can have a say in the next country featured by following our Instagram at culturecultshow. Also, remember to comment, rate, and subscribe to the show on whatever platform you're listening on, and cheers and enjoy. Well, guys, he's back. He was in our first episode ever on the podcast and on the episode of Belize. It's Kyle Soekotjo. Welcome back.
Why, thank you. Thank you.
So it's been a few months since we first did our first episode.
My, how the time flies.
Yeah. And I recorded this whole season out of order. If you can't notice, you will be able to notice it. But this podcast is all about learning, so that's okay. So it's a new year, new us since we've last recorded the last episode.
Yeah, it was last year.
It was last year.
Long time.
How was 2021 for you?
It was a lot.
Oh.
It's a loaded question.
Yeah. So essentially we're doing a new episode of Belize. And because I think you've never really learned everything about a country in one episode. And
True.
There's some facts that we missed. And also Kyle said he was a little too high the first episode.
On life.
No, I was re-editing and I heard you say like minute 4 or 3. You were like, I'm so parched. You literally whispered it to yourself.
I was pretty parched.
Yeah. Yeah. I was
got to hydrate before we start our podcast.
Yeah. But also you were a bit high. So we're doing this a bit drunk this time. Changing it up for y'all.
Yeah.
But honestly,
Next one we'll do on shrooms.
Yeah. We're just going to keep escalating.
Ooh.
Season 2, meth.
Ooh. I request to skip that episode.
Yeah. Okay, it's just me on meth. No, honestly, we are doing another episode of Belize for other reasons, not just because Kyle was high. It's because...
But mainly because
Kyle was high. We've been wanting to redo it and go over answers we've had unanswered on the first episode, such as better clues to why the Mayan civilization collapsed. I know we talked about that. We're also going to cover adventurous activities that Belize has to offer, such as walking among jaguars and just diving for pirate treasure.
my favorite activity.
So after we go through all the adventures you can do Belize and go over facts that we missed last time, we're going to go over and end on a story that has nothing to do with Belize, honestly. But I was researching treasure diving in Belize's coastlines and I came across this honestly ridiculous story. And it's about an ex-treasure hunter from Ohio and how his greed has him in trouble for life with the government of the United States of America.
Cool.
I mean, I know we're ending this episode on not really a story about Belize, but this is a storytelling podcast. And I came across a really crazy story that doesn't have that much attention to it, and it's honestly a pretty crazy story. So let's go over the questions we want to answer from the last podcast. The better clue to how the Mayan civilization became decimated in Belize. Because remember how we were talking about how the Mayan civilization died out in Belize? No, it's been a couple months, you know.
Conversation died out a little bit too.
A little bit.
So did my memory.
Okay, so if you remember, the Mayan civilization kind of just disappeared in Belize. And it has something to do with the Great Blue Hole, which is the world's largest underwater sinkhole, which is super cool.
So they all wanted to go swimming and couldn't get out?
Yeah. The whole...
Long story short, that's the podcast. Thanks everyone for coming.
No, it's actually not like that. It's a diver's paradise. The deepest point lies at 124 meters.
Damn.
I know. The hole has an almost perfect circular shape and it's about 300 meters wide. And it's the second largest Great Barrier Reef outside of Australia.
Wow. This random hole?
Yeah, near Belize. This random hole. It's the Great Blue Hole.
Oh, this
random
Great Blue Hole.
Yeah, it's not just like a random hole. You really took everything I said and just really shrunk it down.
Really? Let's get back into those dimensions. So is it inland though, or is it by the sea? It's
in the sea. The second biggest Great Barrier Reef. So you don't have to go all the way to Australia to dive the Great Barrier Reef. There's one in Belize.
The Great Barrier Reef.
But this is the second Great Barrier Reef.
In
Belize, but it's connected to the Mayan civilization's collapse.
How so?
I will tell you. Before we get into that, how was it formed? Why is this big hole as you described it?
I described it as a random big hole.
So why did this random big hole become a random big hole?
Was it a meteor?
No, that would be pretty cool. I feel like you shouldn't have said that because it's not that cool anymore.
All right.
Okay, so it was a massive dry cave until the Ice Age when the sea levels rose, and there's actually no oxygen at the bottom. No life lives at the bottom of this Great Blue Hole. And on explorations, they actually found 2 bodies out of 3 that went missing down there.
Wait, from what year?
Oh, I don't know.
Was this like yesterday or
No,
this
this
like
is
the
like
70s?
this is like the past century. There's been 3 people that have died and gone missing, and they've at least found 2 bodies out of 3 that are at the bottom of the Great Blue Hole.
How did they get to the bottom?
Well, there's a reason. There's actually silt that came from that cave, and it creates kind of like this block or this wall, and it loses oxygen at the bottom. And so that's why I think maybe people got vertigo, where they got lost and they got stuck down there, and it's just very cloudy because all the silt from the cave. So
that's a terrible way to go.
Yeah. And they actually left the bodies down there when they found them.
Why?
I guess they're like, well, they've been at peace for 50 years. I don't know. Would you take them up?
I would tell the families. I would tell the families that we found them.
Yeah, I guess I did. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'll have to look into that. But if you are an adventurer or a diver,
don't go there.
Do go there. Just be careful. Be careful. But essentially, what does that have to do with the Mayan civilization's collapse in Belize? So remember that silt I was talking about, how it creates a no oxygen level at the bottom. Mm-hmm. It also explains the natural history of the time. And there were huge hurricanes around the end of the Mayans, which led to a drought. And so in the very first episode, we talk about the cave Xibalba, where they found that adult skeleton, and they started sacrificing adults instead of children because something became desperate in their times. It's because of this hurricane. There was a hurricane that happened around the Mayan civilization's collapse, and it wiped everyone out and made the situations desperate. They started sacrificing people, and they all discovered that because of the Great Blue Hole in the ocean near Belize.
So they discovered what now?
So the silt in the Great Blue Hole, which is all the silt that came from that cave, it creates this wall, and then that has no oxygen at the bottom. But from that silt, they found that you can find the natural history from that silt, and that describes that there's a huge hurricane around the Mayans' disappearance. And then they got desperate. They started sacrificing people, and then they disappeared because of this hurricane.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just geology.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. So I also want to further explain the Mayans didn't die out. There are Mayan villages all over Belize today. Just the majority of the civilization migrated to Chichen Itza, which is the southern tip of modern Mexico today. So that's why I wanted to go over what happened back then in Belize and why the Mayan civilization collapsed. But I mean, would you want to go diving there at the Great Blue Hole?
Sure.
Have you been diving?
I have been snorkeling.
Okay, that's very different.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
I don't ever worry about losing air.
Yeah. I've been diving once in the Philippines, and it was pretty intense, and I was only 5 feet down.
Wow. How many meters is that?
Like
2.
1, maybe.
2.
I saw a fish, and I was like,
whoa. And that's when you turned around, right?
I know, that's what I did. I was like, I'm done.
That's it.
No, seriously, I don't think it's for me. But if you are an adventurer, if you are a diver, check out the Great Blue Hole. You don't have to go all the way to Australia to see a Great Barrier Reef. You can go to Belize. And I know there's something else you'd be interested in Belize. Belize has the only jaguar preserve in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and which is kind of hard to believe that that's the only jaguar preserve, but it's...
I could believe it.
Fun point. I'll give you a fun point. But the Jaguar Preserve is called Coxcomb Basin Wildlife Sanctuary and Jaguar Preserve. It protects about 200 jaguars. It'll be hard to see them, though, because they're known for their stealth. They'll see you before you see them.
Unless you walk around looking like a snack.
Yeah. I know you love big cats, though.
I do.
Do you have any big cats facts?
Jaguars are, okay, so about jaguars, pretty fucking cool. Not a lot of people know about them, but they're pretty good swimmers, actually.
What?
Yeah, they're really good swimmers. In fact, they're actually known to eat the caiman in the area. Like, they'll go diving in after them. Yeah.
Oh.
There's actually, I don't know if this might be in Belize or also be in South Africa, but you can actually go along this riverbank where there's just a bunch of jaguars just, you know, they're hunting caiman and capybara and whatever else they can sink their beautiful claws and teeth into.
Well, that doesn't work out because I was going to suggest that you can go river tubing there.
Oh.
It is an option. You can do that.
Just make sure they feed the jaguars first.
Yeah. You can do that at this preserve. You can walk around the jaguars and you can river tube there.
Wow.
Just, I guess you're going to risk your life.
How many bodies did they find at the bottom of that river?
Just 2. They left them. That's their thing there. Yeah. They're like, oh, dead body. Yeah, let's leave it.
This is gonna be a problem.
This will be a good story.
Yeah, good story. Yeah. We'll laugh about this one day.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but to visit it, it's about 2.5 hours from Belize by car. Take a bus from Belize City. I'll be putting all the details to anything I'm talking about adventure-wise. It'll be in the show notes of this podcasts. So you can look up tours and everything. I'm not sponsored by any of them, but it's just something you can look at. If you're going to Belize, I got you. But also talking about the Mayans really, really respected the jaguars. And some groups of the Mayans known as the jaguar people worshiped the jaguar. They called him the Balloon, and believing their kings would reincarnate into these cats. And so killing a jaguar was a serious crime and was punishable by death.
Shame that changed.
Well, now you have the Jaguar Sanctuary and Reserve. So you can do that. But there's another thing also about Belize, and it's called pirates.
Are they jaguar pirates?
No, that'd be fucking crazy.
Pirate jaguars?
Pirate jaguars. Yeah, no, just regular old pirates. But as I mentioned in the first Belize episode, it was a great area, whether Belize was a Spanish or British territory, but it was 100% a pirate territory. It was a great hideout against the Spanish and a place to get fresh fruit before they go back out and intercept the Spanish boats headed back to Spain filled with mahogany logwood, which was Belize's very special resource. And these buccaneers were then called baymen, and they started logging the wood themselves instead of just ransacking the Spanish. And Belize was really run by pirates till about the 1800s.
Wow.
So they got there around the 1500s. It was truly like Pirates of the Caribbean for about 300 years.
Wow.
Yeah. It's just... I don't know. That's really crazy to me. It was lawless.
Yeah.
But
lots of fruit.
Lots of fruit, yes. So when Britain saw the economic power in the region, it made it more of an official colony. Up to that point, the settlers were kind of on their own. The amount of shipwrecks off the coast of Belize is unbelievable. People have been finding gold, jade ornaments, obsidian knives, ship canyons, anchors.
Where exactly? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, I know, for a friend, yeah.
Are you going to put that in your show notes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's in Belize. You can literally go on treasure hunting tours.
And do I get to keep what I find?
I'm assuming, yes. You're taking the risk.
Pirate's life.
Pirate's life. You know, you're not a real pirate if you're asking.
Right. It's true. Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah. So people go to Belize to find treasure there. They just go to Belize to do that.
I want to go to treasure hunting in Belize.
I know, right? So I don't know. Do you feel like the pirates have been over glamorized, or do you think it would actually be kind of fun?
Yes.
Oh,
are you kidding me? If you're a pirate and you get bitten by some animal or you get some kind of infection, you're dead.
I mean, it's anyone, anywhere, anytime.
I mean, that's why I'm saying it's a little over glamorized. Like that whole life is just so like, oh, every pirate finds their treasure, you know. But as we know, they don't all find their treasure.
But my thing is, everything back then was disgusting and horrible. So why not just be disgusting and horrible?
Just like embrace it.
Yeah. You could be living in a small town in England, be praying to your God, farming your land, taking care of your wife, and then suddenly, boom, people ransack your town, rape everyone. You might as well just be a fucking pirate and live an awesome, fun, dirty life.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. I just feel like everything back then was dirty.
Yeah. What time was this? 1800s?
Yeah. So from the 1500s to the 1800s, pirates were taking over Belize. It was lawless. There was no law.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like my kind of time.
Yeah. So what would be your pirate name, you think?
Captain Kyle.
Captain Kyle. I'd be Captain Riri.
Rapton Riri.
Not Rapton.
Rapton Riri. Rapton Riri.
Just Captain. No, Captain Riri.
What would your pirate pet be?
Oh my God, that's a good question.
Like, would you have an iguana,
I don't
a parrot?
like birds.
Okay. So parrots are off the menu.
Cat, straight up.
What about a monkey? I know you love monkeys.
Fuck monkeys. Cat. Pirate cat.
You fucked a monkey?
No. Fuck space monkeys.
You fucked a space monkey?
I'm like, quick. I'm like, stop the show. Stop the show. No. Okay. No. I'm going to ignore everything you just say. I'm sticking with my answer. Cat.
You would have a
pirate cat.
Like a jaguar.
Like a fuck yeah.
See, that's a pirate jaguar right there.
A pirate jaguar.
Pirate. They did exist.
It does exist.
I told you.
You did.
It's like I was there.
I didn't believe you, and I didn't.
See, don't you wish you believed me now?
I did. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
1 point.
2 points.
Wait, 2 points. You got 3 points, I think, overall on the show.
Curry.
Yeah. But okay, so I have a pirate jaguar. Wait, yeah. What's your?
Oh well, who wouldn't want a pirate jaguar?
Well, you gotta have something else because that's mine.
Oh my God, that's my idea.
I know, but I took it because I'm a fucking pirate.
That's very pirate of you.
Mm-hmm.
Damn pirates. Well, if I didn't want someone to eat my crew, Like a jaguar might.
No, it's loyal.
Oh, I don't know. What natural animals are in Belize?
Ooh, they have lots and lots of tropical birds. I know that. They actually have a bird sanctuary that you can donate at the bottom of the show notes.
Oh.
And you can have your own pirate bird.
Oh, sweet. You get to take it home?
No.
I thought I wouldn't want it, though.
Yeah.
I had a pet pirate as a kid.
A pet pirate?
A pet parrot that felt like a pirate.
You?
It was, yeah. It'd steal all my clothes and eat them.
Okay, but for real, what's your... Turtle?
No. That doesn't send the right message.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably like a monkey or something.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, I would not fuck with a monkey. They're very smart.
Yeah.
So I have my pirate jaguar and you have your pirate monkey.
Yeah.
We're kicking it. So we've gone over all the adventurous stuff you can do in Belize. You can go treasure diving for pirate's booty. You can go river tubing at the world's only jaguar preserve and hopefully not get eaten, as Kyle described to us. You can explore the Shibalba, which is a cave of skulls and death.
Ooh, what?
It's one with the sacrificed skeletons.
Wow, yeah.
So you can go see them, or you can go dive the Great Blue Hole. Which are you doing? Let's say I pay for a trip to go to Belize, but you can only pick one of those things to do. Pirate treasure, river tubing with the jaguars. You can go Cave Shibalba, which is the cave of skulls and sacrificed skeletons, or dive the Great Blue Hole.
For me, it would be a toss-up between the jaguars and treasure hunting.
And
it's
the only jaguar preserve in the world.
I know.
But also it's filled with pirates' treasure because there's so much coral reefs around Belize. Like, there are so many shipwrecks. So there's a lot.
Damn. Maybe I would go, I think I go treasure hunting. And that can get you something nice.
Oh,
pay
thank
back
you.
for the trip.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bring me a big old sword.
I didn't say that.
Oh. Okay. Fuck. Give me a keychain. Shit.
A little sword.
A little sword. A little keychain.
Something I could pass through security.
Can you imagine you find like all this cool shit and you just give me a motherfucking keychain?
I love Belize.
I love Belize. Actually, I love keychains. I would be okay with it.
You would love that.
I know. Okay. I would pick Cape Shibalba, because I think caves are awesome. I also love skeletons and the Mayans. And I would love you have to swim into the cave. So you do get a bit of a swim.
So bring your swimsuit when you go to Belize.
Yeah, 100%. And I would love to go see the sacrificed adult skeletons. So you're going to go treasure hunting and I'll go to the cave Shibalba. So when we go to Belize, we can do that.
Cool.
And think about what y'all want to do when y'all go to Belize. And that's
Let us
why,
know.
yeah. And that's why I love learning about all this stuff, because when we first started this, I thought Belize was an island. I had no idea all this Mayan history or all these sacrificed skeletons. That's what I'm about. Or the treasure hunting. I just didn't know about
all about that human
stuff.
Sacrifice.
Yeah,
huh?
I am. I just didn't know about all this stuff. I really thought Belize was just a place you go chill on the beach, but it's a very adventurous place to go.
You could do that, but there's just so much more to it that people don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you have us, so we can tell you about it. But so we went over our adventurous stuff we can do in Belize, but I promised you a good story. And I found this story while researching Belize. Though it isn't directly about the country, I can't look past not telling it. I want to tell stories that are untold, stories that maybe they are kind of under the radar and should be told. So this is about one man named Tommy Thompson.
Tommy Thompson.
Tommy Thompson. Say that 3 times fast.
Tommy Thompson. Tommy Thompson.
Tommy Thompson.
Oh my God.
Oh shit.
Is he still alive?
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay.
But he is an ex-treasure hunter. He found one of the largest treasure loots in history and is now in prison for it.
Was it in Belize?
No.
Damn.
I
remember you saying it didn't have anything to do with
nothing.
Belize.
It really it has like 1% thing to do with Belize.
Well, was that where the treasure was?
Escuche. So Tommy Thompson is from Ohio. He is a known diver and a treasure hunter. And about 10 years ago, he found 500 gold coins off the coast of South Carolina from the sunken ship, the SS Central America, also known as the Ship of Gold.
He found it.
Have you heard of this ship, the Ship of Gold?
I have not heard of it before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of shipwrecks. Everyone talks about Titanic, but this one literally has gold on it.
Like 500 pieces of gold.
It's actually a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh, back then,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one piece of gold, you're rich, right? I mean,
Right.
500 that's like a GDP of a town or like a
Exactly.
country or something.
Exactly.
500
So
pieces
why
of gold.
does this SS Carolina have all this gold on it, and why did it sink?
And what is it worth now?
And what? So we're going to get into that. So this quote is from lovemoney.com. That is a website. And the story starts, this is a quote from that website. The story starts on August 24th, 1857, when the Ohio Life Insurance and Trust Company announced its New York offices has stopped payments, sending shockwaves through the entire U.S. financial industry. Concerned that the collapse of the Ohio Life Insurance and Trust Company would set off a domino effect and a potential run on the banks, several financial institutions banded together and arranged for an unprecedented cargo of California gold to be transported from Panama to New York. The gold was required to prop up the banks and calm the nerves of jittery investors. The voyage was finalized, and on September 3rd, 1857, this SS Central America left Panama carrying 477 passengers, 101 crew, and a jaw-dropping 9.1 tons of gold, valued at $2 million, which is...
At the time,
they had that ship going from California to New York had $2 million on it.
wow.
So that's about hundreds of millions of dollars.
That is a crazy amount of money for back
and it's
then.
on one ship.
Yeah. I think there's a saying about that. Don't put all your
Eggs in
one basket. Yeah, it's a lot of eggs in one basket.
It's some rickety ass wooden thing.
Maybe for the time, though, it was like the Titanic.
That's true. No, it had to be.
You know, 'cause they're like, there's no way anything's going to sink
Nothing's
this.
going to sink this gold ship. Well, it did.
Guess what?
So essentially, this wheel steamer ship, which looks like a massive steamboat with sails, is carrying an incredible amount of money and gold all the way from California to New York. It's super risky, especially since on September 9th, 1857, they sailed right into a Category 2 hurricane.
Hurricanes seem to be the
know.
storm of choice tonight.
Yeah, it really is. Which ripped their sails to shreds, and the boiler stopped working, and the bow started taking water.
Ship's going down.
I just can't imagine.
That is horrifying.
Seriously. Imagine like you're on a boat and the bow is going down and it's a hurricane. It's a hurricane. So the waves are like 70 foot. There's gold everywhere.
yeah.
You can't even take the gold.
I'm more worried about my life.
Okay, you're right.
At that point. Screw the gold at that point.
Yeah.
What is going to happen to me and the people around me? Because think about it. You're out in the ocean.
In a hurricane. Let's say the ship goes down, you survive. You now have to survive however long this hurricane lasts.
And you could be blown out anywhere in the open sea. No one's coming for you.
There's no helicopters. There's no news. It's just more like, oh, I heard Uncle Jimmy's supposed to be back a couple weeks ago. Where is he? And then you haven't heard from him for months.
Was that your North Carolina accent? Or was that your
That's
Central
my
American
old-timey
one?
accent.
Oh, okay.
That's
your Panama
my 1800s accent.
Gotcha.
I heard Uncle Jimmy was coming back on that gold ship. I haven't heard of him. I haven't heard him. You're not impressed. No.
Well, think about it. And you would have never heard from Uncle Jimmy.
Never.
Until you heard the news.
Exactly. But how long were these people in this ocean? Like waiting for some. Oh my gosh. It's just truly
did anyone
horrifying.
survive the hurricane?
Well, only 53 people survived out of hundreds.
Wow.
Yeah. So this boat sank off the coast of South Carolina, and people have been hunting for the 9.1 tons of sunken gold ever since, especially famous treasure hunter Tommy Thompson.
Enter Tommy Thompson.
And the 161 investors he found to fund the trip for a collective $12.7 million. So Tommy Thompson, this expert diver, knows about where this SS South Carolina ship of gold ship is. And he gets 161 investors.
It's been really convincing. Because imagine trying to convince someone, hey, I know where a ship sank 400 years ago. And there's no way the big blue ocean took that gold away. I'll be able to get every piece of it back.
Also, he's from Ohio. Why would he know about diving?
I don't know.
Well, he actually is an expert diver.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Yeah, but he convinced 161 investors to invest $12.7 million on this trip. So in 1987, over 100 years later, Thomas and his crew found 500 gold bars, 7,200 feet underwater. So
how the hell did they dive that deep? There's no way.
7,000 feet?
Yeah. You could dive 7,000 feet?
Well, we're thinking about scuba diving.
But he might be an expert diver, but he's still human.
I think they had one of those machine things. That's a good point, though. I guess I was imagining him diving 7,000
That is, no.
That's creepy.
That's crazy.
Would you do that?
No.
Okay, no, me either.
No. I'm going to go pirate hunting.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the
treasure
thing.
hunter.
That's the crazy thing, though. He's only found 5% of the gold. And he took...
All of it's gone. It's in the ocean somewhere.
No, it's not. He found
the rest of it?
Well, we're getting to things. But I'm just saying, when he went, he found 500 gold bars. And
that's still a lot, though.
I know. What would you do if you found all that money? It's like
500 gold bars.
So it's probably like, oh my God, like millions and millions.
Yeah, right.
What would you
500 gold bars.
From like 1800s.
I'd invest it all in Bitcoin.
Okay. I'm going to take all my friends out to eat.
With 500 gold? Are we going to eat the gold?
We're going to ball out. We're going to ball out. And then I'm going to go on a trip around the world.
That sounds like fun.
That sounds more fun than investing in Bitcoin.
Until you get a bite.
Mm-hmm.
And it tastes real good.
Mm-hmm. So that's what you're going to do.
Go traveling.
That's what I'm going to do. But a person in their right mind would at least pay back the crew and the investors and reap the rewards to invest in Bitcoin or
he's a pirate, isn't he?
Travel the world. Yeah. Tommy Thompson, the pirate from Ohio. But Tommy Thompson didn't do that. Again, this is a quote from lovemoney.com. Tommy Thompson sold hundreds of gold bars and thousands of coins to the California Gold Marketing Group in 2000, netting around $50 million. The sale included the world's most valuable gold ingot worth $8 million. Two of the investors teamed up to sue Thompson in 2005. They were joined a year later by members of the crew who claimed they'd been cheated out of the money too. Yeah.
Pirate.
Tommy Thompson, the pirate. The modern day Ohioan pirate. You're making him sound cool. But imagine if you were the investor.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
I want my gold.
Would you really be calling him a pirate?
In court, I'd be calling him a thief.
Yeah, he's a thief. So Tommy Thompson, the pirate in some eyes, or Tommy Thompson, the thief in others, he runs. He becomes a fugitive. He decides to hide out in Florida with his girlfriend, Allison and Tekir, partying and blowing as much money as possible, as quickly as possible. So they pretty much just ran and did a bunch of coke in a motel or something.
That sounds terrible.
Not a motel, probably in a mansion.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, mansion, yeah. So in 2015, the couple were found in the Boca Raton Hotel with $6,500 in cash and 4 mobile phones. When asked where the rest of the money is, Allison answered saying it was in multiple suitcases moved to Fort Lauderdale and Belize. Hey! So that's that 1% has to do with this Belize. And it's all in unknown locations by strangers. So once caught, Tommy Thompson, the pirate, doesn't show up for his court case. His lawyer says he's at sea and wasn't aware. Eventually, he pleads guilty to 2 years in prison, but the court found a loophole in the plea deal, and the court has ordered him to stay in jail and pay $1,000 fine a day until he discloses where the gold is. Thompson claims he forgot where they put the gold coins. In 2020, Thompson claims ignorance and fatigue syndrome, which affects his short-term memory. But this was, again, dismissed by the judge. He was like, yeah, this is all bullshit. So Tommy Thompson refuses to give up the gold. And the stalemate continues, and he's a prisoner in a federal prison in Michigan. And all he can claim is that the gold has been turned over to a trust in Belize. Thompson owes $1.8 million in fines, not mentioning what he owes originally to the investors. And he loses $1,000 a day. And he has a new hearing January 7th, 2022, which was a couple weeks ago. I haven't found an update. Because that story isn't really that big. And I just haven't.
You able to find anything?
Yeah, but I could look on a local Michigan news site and maybe see if I can find something. I was looking on the big sites.
Yeah. I'm thinking if you could be like a pirate and do a little digging, I'm sure you'll find some gold nuggets.
Yeah. I mean, isn't this story infuriating? Because he had it all. And then he was a fucking
he had it all
idiot.
because he stole it all.
Yeah. No, but he found all that gold. And then a smart person would find that gold, pay back the investors, pay back your crew, reinvest in another trip back out there and get the other 95% of that gold.
Oh, wow. Look who's reinvesting now.
Just not in Bitcoin. I'm reinvesting in the ship of gold, the SS South Carolina. And that's just what I would do. That's what hopefully, right? You would do that.
I mean, I would take the money and run.
Why? Oh, okay. You're being serious. I actually got mad. I actually just got so mad. I just feel like the solution is so easy.
I am Tommy Thompson.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That'd be so fucking cool. I would probably still punch you though.
It's like, why are you trying to make him sound cool? It's like, I don't know. It just sounds really cool to me.
Sounds like a pirate.
Yeah, like a pirate. Founds gold, runs away. Pirate outlaw, jaguar.
Tommy Thompson from Ohio, who is a thief and a dumbass.
He reminds me of a jaguar pirate.
No, because the story's so infuriating. You have everything you need. Why didn't you just pay those people that helped you found it?
To pay them?
Yes. They had so much money. They made way more than what they invested. Hundreds of millions of dollars. I guess
finding gold has that effect on people.
That's what I'm saying. What happens in the human psyche where people just switch like that? Like the greed.
What if you found a suitcase, unmarked bills, $2 million? What would you do? Would you turn it into the police?
Honestly, I watch so much cartel shit. I would think that's some cartel money and someone's going to be after it. It's not even just a cartel. Someone is going to be after that money and they're not going to like that I have that.
Mm-hmm. What if like no one's around, no one knows?
I feel really sketchy about that. I probably would take a little bit, but not enough to where they would be so pissed they would want to kill me.
I think if you took $1, they'd want to kill you.
No, they'd be excited to have it back. I'm just thinking if
you lost this.
What would you do? What would you do?
I don't want to say anything that would incriminate myself.
Because you're Tommy Thompson. Well, I don't know. Do you believe that he doesn't know where the gold coins are? That's what he's saying. He has fatigue syndrome.
I believe that he believes, and he's good at making other people believe that he doesn't have the memory for it. But I really think that if he really wanted to, if this man can convince investors that he could convince 161 investors to invest millions, that he could find a treasure that was lost centuries ago, something tells me he's got a good memory and that he knows exactly where the gold pieces are.
Yeah. And you drove 7,000 feet and you can't tell me you don't know where the gold is that you found.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even have to be a 7,000 foot diver. If I lost that much money, I would know exactly where it is.
Yeah. And I would also question, if he knew where the rest of the money was, wouldn't he want to get out of jail so that he could get it?
But there's this also alternative motive where he thinks maybe possibly that all these investors are going to just be like, it's fine. We give up. And the court case will drop and he can go get free and go get that money.
Right.
He got arrested in 2015. So been a couple years now. I think he's going to be in jail for life, honestly.
I mean, what's the cost of the gold versus your freedom?
Right?
I'd much rather be free than have all that gold somewhere you never use it.
Or try your best to break out of jail so you can go find it.
Oh, well, I feel like if he breaks out of jail, then his sentence is going to be not 2 years.
Yeah.
It's going to be like 10 years.
He's in, I'm pretty sure he's in jail indefinitely until he tells.
Oh, God. Well, then I think that he knows where it is. And if he really wanted to be, find something greater than gold, he would want to be free.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I would love to hear more.
From him, yeah.
Yeah, from him.
We should get him on this podcast.
I would be kind of cool to go to Michigan prison and interview him and be like, why? And how? But mainly why? Why don't you just pay those people? And then you could be living in Florida. If that's what you love, go do it. And don't have to hide out in a hotel because you paid people what they needed to be paid.
Imagine that.
And then you could literally go again and then find more treasure. Oh my God.
Or find some other treasure. There's plenty of lost treasure in the world.
Or just be free, damn it. Not live in prison. I just don't understand why he didn't pay those people. I guess he really is a pirate. Pirates of Ohio. Pirates of South Carolina. But I mean, this story to everyone, I think it really is just saying, don't be a greedy fuck. That's how I see it.
It's a good moral.
What are you getting from it?
Really know who you're investing money in. Yeah. They really thought they were going to get that back. He made him believe it. Yeah. He's very convincing. He must be. Yeah. But the judge does not find him convincing though. Well, you can only go for so long. Yeah. Yeah. But he's still currently in jail. I'm trying to find some updates on it because he had a retrial recently on January 7th of 2022. So yeah, I'm going to look a little bit deeper and see if I can look in maybe something in the Michigan local news and see if I can find anything about his retrial. Cool. Yeah. Imagine looking in the Michigan local news for your Belize episode. I was a journalism major. I probably should use it. I use it for this episode. Using it, yeah. 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 So, I mean, I know the story wasn't directly
correlating with Belize besides
loosely. Pirates.
Gold. The fact that his money is in Belize somewhere. And to all the adventurers out there, there's 95% of that gold from that ship is off the coast of South Carolina.
Somewhere
7,000 feet under. So if you're an experienced diver, you can go treasure hunting in Belize, or you could go out to South Carolina and find the rest of that gold, and maybe don't be a greedy fuck and just share it.
Pay the people, man.
Yeah, pay your crew, or just So I mean, I've never heard of Tommy Thompson from Ohio. I don't think you have either.
Nope.
But I don't know. That's why I want to tell stories that really haven't been told. And you can also take this as a warning of what not to do when you go treasure hunting in Belize, which is, again, littered with shipwrecks. So yeah, I'm going to go over my sources. There is breakingbelizenews.com, usaa.com, CBS News, and then lovemoney.com. And
Which is a website.
I
clarified that earlier.
I know.
Thought it was a ship.
Love money. So if you have any great adventure recommendations or tours from your travels to Belize, feel free to DM me at my Instagram, culturecultshow, or email me culturecultshow@gmail.com. And so we'll be interchanging between doing features on the country and then travel stories that you've written in. So send in your travel emails. That's when you'll send in your favorite travel stories, and we'll have a travel story episode where we read them out loud. That's actually the next episode coming up, is me and Kyle's episode of a travel story that we tell together, and we read out a fan story.
And if you know where the treasure is, you can DM my Instagram.
And then he will DM me.
Yeah, totally.
Right?
Right. Yeah, no, I'll totally DM you.
We trust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, thank you, Kyle, for being on for the second episode of Belize.
You're welcome.
What did you learn?
Fun. I don't think there was a thing that I didn't learn besides the jaguar thing. I kind of knew that.
You knew there was a bunch of jaguars in Belize?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
I didn't know about the largest preserve and that you can go tubing next to them.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's such an adventurous country. It's kind of like Costa Rica, where you can just do a bunch of things there, not just go lay on the beach at these resorts.
So boring.
Yeah, it really is. And so, yeah, I don't know. That's why I love learning about all these different countries. And Belize is actually really, really on my bucket list now. After learning about it, I really want to experience.
What are you're going to go the
Cave of Xibalba?
Yeah.
I want to see all that Mayan stuff. I want to see all the Mayan ruins and go to the caves and see the sacrifice skeleton.
I didn't know they had hurricanes there.
It's in the Gulf of Mexico, or it's that area.
Yeah.
It's pretty violent with hurricanes. Yeah. So be careful of hurricanes. Be careful of people backstabbing you.
Pirates.
Jaguars.
Pirate jaguars.
Yep. So again, the next episode will be Kyle again, and we're going to do our first travel story of the podcast and of the season. And gracias. Thank you. Thank you for coming back on.
Yeah, anytime.
And please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to. It really, really helps. And to not be a greedy pirate. Or maybe to be too.
Don't be an incredibly greedy pirate.
Don't be an incredibly greedy pirate.
But get yours.
And DM Kyle if you find the treasure.
Yes.
And cheers till next time.